Sunnyside Dental is now accepting most Medicare dental plans. WellCare, Liberty, United Healthcare, Cigna, Kelsey Care Advantage, Amerigroup, Aetna, and many more. We're getting on board. Call Sunnyside Dental at 713-738-1999. If you have Medicare and would like to receive the personal touch provided by Sunnyside Dental, call us at 713-738-1999. We look forward to helping you achieve the smile that you can't wait to share with the world.
Got Medicare dental benefits? Call Sunnyside Dental 713-738-1999. And now, a message from the Future Frequency.
Young voters, Gen Z, and millennials. If you're ready to make your voice count, here's how you make it happen. First, register to vote. It only takes a few minutes. Just look up your local election office and follow the steps for your area. Next, verify your information. Confirm your name, your address, and your polling location so nothing slows you down. And don't wait for election day. Vote early. Pick your day, pick your time, and skip the lines. Make your plan to vote early and vote to be heard. The future is live right now, and you're the frequency.
Then we gon' be alright.
This message is powered by Diversity of Thought and proudly sponsored by 1230 KCOH, The Source.
In life's most difficult moments, comfort matters. At Lord Edward Memorial, we believe every life is a blessing worth honoring with dignity and care. With a combined 60 years of experience, our compassionate staff walks beside your family with faith, respect, and understanding. Lord Edward Memorial, serving families with grace, compassion, and heartfelt care. Visit us at 6677 Rookin Street, Houston, 77074, or give us a phone call at 346-446-6675.
Everybody's talking about the high price of eggs. Well, I don't know much about eggs, but I tell you this. If you want great chicken at a great price, how about Chicken Plus, 6210 North Wayside? Let's hear what his customers are saying. Michelle writes, Chicken Plus has some of the best fried chicken and best fried okra in the city. We stay about 45 minutes away, but the drive is definitely worth it. E. Max says, the chicken is seasoned so well and every bite has a special crunch. It's my go-to chicken spot when I want homemade fried chicken that's always good. Now that's what I'm talking about right there. Great fried chicken, okra, rice and gravy, desserts. You're going to find it all at Chicken Plus, 6210 North Wayside. You don't have time to make the drive? Hey, no problem, no problem. You can order Chicken Plus on DoorDash and Uber Eats. You better do what you got to do to get your hands on some of that great fried chicken, the best fried chicken in the city. Great chicken at great prices. That's Chicken Plus. See you there.
WeServiceUnlimited.com. WeServiceUnlimited.com. 833-937-3788. 833-937-3788. Well, hello! It's getting hot in here. You don't need to worry or have no fear, 'cause we serve. We serve you. Fix anything you think is nothing we can't do, 'cause we serve. We serve you. We serve you. Oh, we serve.
Big job, small job. Call We Service Unlimited, 833-937-3788. Or go to WeServiceUnlimited.com. From the backwoods of Mississippi to the bright lights of Chicago.
And leaving would be the last thing on my mind if I could turn back the hands of time.
From the backwoods of Arkansas to the bright lights of Chicago. A 1969 #1 million seller.
Baby, can I change my mind?
A 1969 #1 million seller.
Who's making love to your old lady? I'm making love.
TD.
So good to get home with you.
JT.
Only my woman can.
Tyrone Davis.
Are you? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
in love. Johnny Taylor.
I'm gonna play something pretty to you, baby.
It's a classic showdown. Coming soon on 1230 KCOH. The Source.
And I want to start the program off by thanking all of you who are following us one way or the other. Either the YouTube, 1230 The Source YouTube, you can do it that way, or you've got KCOH The Source on the internet. You've got the Simple Radio app, and then you've got me on Facebook Live. So you got a number of ways to catch the program, and I thank all of you. Thank all of you. And we'll do a couple of things we're going to do. One thing I want to do today, before I do anything that's important, in my opinion, today is the first day of early voting. I encourage you to get out and vote. You vote, utilize your right to vote. You've watched what has happened in Indiana. You've watched what happened in Virginia. You watch what happened in Louisiana, and you're watching now what's going to happen where? In Georgia, Texas, and Kentucky. Texas and Kentucky, most of all. A little bit more on that in a little bit. The Astros, I don't know what kind of system the Astros have in regards to medical and getting people in shape. But maybe it's just one of those things. The Astros suffer another key injury. Jose Altuve out. He's on the injured reserve list. And you've got Pena on the list, Hunter on the list, and a number of people have been on the Astros injured list. And we'll keep our fingers crossed. I'm not going to call any names. But hopefully the injury list for the Astros has come to an end. Cleveland beats Detroit in Detroit. And speaking of class, the Cleveland owner, Dan Gilbert, decided to bus some people from Cleveland over to Detroit for the NBA playoffs. I think he did it in the fifth game, and then he came back and took it to a higher degree in Game 7 yesterday. They had 25 buses he paid for. 25 buses of Cleveland fans bus from Cleveland to Detroit for game number 7 of the series between the Cavaliers and the Pistons. And guess what? It was a blowout, 125-94. And James Harden didn't score but 9 points for Cleveland. But the important thing is Cleveland won the game. A number of others stepped up for the Cavaliers. Now they will face the Knicks. In the next round of the playoffs, they face the Knicks. New York Knicks, and the people in New York are waiting for them. I haven't floated through there for a day last week. I know for a fact they're looking for the Cavaliers, the Cleveland fans and the team. I mean, the New York fans and the team. Then you've got San Antonio and Indiana in the NBA Western Conference Championship Series. The Pacers against the Spurs. And many people here, they like the Spurs. Being from Texas, it's hard for me to pick against a Texas team. It's real hard for me to go against a Texas team being from Texas. But with some people, that's no big deal. They can make that transformation without even worrying about making the transformation, right? They just make it. They just do it, and it's over. And so we want to just kind of bring that up also. So a number of other things are happening. Aaron Rodgers is going to play another football season with the Steelers. He re-upped for a one-year contract with the Steelers. Aaron Rodgers, new coach and all, and we'll see what happens with the Pittsburgh Steelers, with the Pittsburgh Steelers. We'll see what happens with the Steelers. How good will the Steelers be? Mike McCarthy coaching the team, and then you've got my man Aaron Rodgers re-signing with the Pittsburgh Steelers. How good will Pittsburgh be this season? Cleveland keeps coming up on my tongue. And one reason I saw this thing earlier today with Deshaun Watson and the Cleveland Browns and Shedeur Sanders as people get ready for that particular season. And again, we want to thank all of you. And I didn't see this until just now. I want to say happy birthday to Mr. October. Mr. October. And Mr. October, Reggie Jackson. He's in the Baseball Hall of Fame. 14-time All-Star. MVP once. World Series MVP twice. And in the Baseball Hall of Fame, Reggie Jackson celebrating a birthday today. And celebrating a birthday, I guess it's today. Celebrating birth date number 80. 80 years young. And, so that's happening also. Also, we're going to make mention of the fact, I need to do this one. They're looking for coaches at a certain high school. And congratulations to all the youngsters who excelled and experienced the Texas High School State Track and Field Meet. Some had great times in regards to achieving what they set out to do. Some fell a little short. But remember this, you made it. Although you fell short, you made it. You'll have some memories forever, and if you're a underclassman, you got a chance to come back next year and the year afterwards or whatever. So congratulations to all of the youngsters, again, who participated in the Texas State High School Track and Field Meet over the weekend. I cannot applaud them enough. And out at Fort Ben Kempner High School, they're looking for coaches. They have a football coach, but he's looking for some assistant coaches in football. And if I'm correct, here we go. Let me see. I think I got it. Kempner High School, Fort Ben Kempner. They're hiring assistant coaches. They're looking for football coaches on the offensive and defensive sides of the football. If you are a coach, and if you don't go out, if you don't want to coach, don't call these people. Don't waste their time. Don't waste their time and go out there and mess it up. If you are sincere about being an assistant coach at this time, Kempner High School looking for offensive and defensive coaches. They're also looking for a boys soccer coach. They're looking for a softball and volleyball coach. And again, this is going on out at Kempner High School. Fort Ben Kempner, offensive, defensive football coaches, soccer coaches, boys, softball coaches, and volleyball coaches. And they have down here math, social studies, science, and English. I guess they mean that if you also do that, they're looking for you also. And it's at Fort Ben Kempner High School, and you can Google it up. And they'll have one more. They're naming a terminal, if it hasn't already happened this morning or today. They're naming a terminal at George Bush Airport after Sheila Jackson Lee. It's ironic that it happens on the first day of early voting, and the Congressional District 18 is involved in that situation. And again, it's happening today, already happened. We want to congratulate the family and friends and the people in the district that Sheila Jackson Lee represented on the naming of a terminal in honor of the late Congresswoman, Sheila Jackson Lee. So our congratulations goes out to her family and everybody that worked with her. a number of people worked with Sheila Jackson Lee in regards to different projects over the years. Clyde Cummings, businessman Eric Carr, and a host of others in that community, in that district, and around the country. They did things around the country also, and we want to wish them, we want to congratulate especially the family of Sheila Jackson Lee on what they have accomplished. And, so that's what's happening right now in that regard. And again, I'm Ralph Cooper, and we'll just keep it right here for a moment. I'll let you know when I go to the telephone, and we'll get into that possibly a little bit later in the program. But I got a number of things I want to share. And I really want to stress as I do this today, and I want to thank those of you who follow us via the social media. And being change is huge, and it doesn't happen overnight, and it doesn't happen without a workload or without some type of effort. So I want to thank all of you who listen, whichever way it is that you're listening. I also want to welcome, maybe still in town, I missed them earlier today, Mr. and Mrs. Roy Brown from Florida. They were being shown some of Houston, Ray's Barbecue earlier today by Mr. Paul Wright. Wondered if Paul picked the tab up. Got guests coming into town, and Wright should have picked the tab. Wright shouldn't have had the people go over to the restaurant and have to come out of their own pocket to pay for the barbecue or whatever they had. So hopefully that situation was solved. And the other thing I wanted to throw out is hey, we've got all these, what a great time for sports. And see, we've got basketball, the NBA season about to wrap up, the conference championships. We got baseball, disappointing with the Texans. We got baseball. I hope that's not an indication also. Baseball, disappointed with the Astros and with the Texans. Football coming up. So we got football coming up. And yes, I'm going to be very disappointed. I don't want to hear. All I want to know is, are the Texans going to the Super Bowl? I mean, hey, we've had enough frustration this year with the Astros being where they are right now and the Rockets falling short. And some people say, well, they mentioned the Dynamo. That's another disappointment. Yeah, I'm disappointed in them too. So the thing I'm riding on are the Texans. Can the Texans should be talking Super Bowl. Hey, Stroud has been here 3 or 4 years now. Will Anderson, it's Super Bowl time. Let's start talking about Super Bowl. Let's start talking about Super Bowl. You see the coach of the team, D'Amico Ryans, we respect him, but mention Super Bowl, coach, Super Bowl. See, it's time for us to get off of this rock in regards to just being anybody when it comes to NFL football. And I'm old enough. I remember when the Oilers won the first 2 AFL championships before they moved into the NFL. I remember that. Early 60s. I remember when the Comets won the first 4 WNBA championships. I remember when the Rockets won a championship. The Astros a World Series. But we want a Super Bowl. A Super Bowl. We want a team in the Super Bowl. And with all these moves the Texans are making, we should be able to get into a Super Bowl. We should be able to get into the Super Bowl. And, I listen to these people. I watch them. Somebody said, several people have asked me recently, why, when you going to be back on TV? Nate Griffin invites me all the time. I give him credit. Nate Griffin invites me all the time. When are you going to be back on KTSU? I'm invited there all the time also, thanks to Devin Wade and Kevin Allen. But my thing, and at this point in June, this is about to be June of 2026. The freebies are over. The freebie business is over. I have did enough freebies. So, we'll just stay at a distance and wish people the best, but I want people to understand. I enjoy doing those programs. But hey, Donald Trump enjoys being president, right? Okay, so hey, you know the situation. 713-668-1230 is the number. I'm going to keep it here for a few more minutes. And we've got a number of things on the agenda we'll share with you. And one other thing I wanted to mention, as I stated earlier, I'm going to re-mention it. Get out and cast your vote. Cast your vote. And some people let me know when they vote, or they send messages out that they voted. The Sandman has already cast his vote. The Sandman has already cast his vote, and we applaud him and all the others. Early voting started at 7 o'clock this morning, and that includes that congressional district number 18. And of course, there are other elections that are going on. And again, I encourage you to utilize your right to vote. And again, I'm not going to let people who may take me lightly when it comes to them making an effort to get someone elected. If you've been around elections since what, 1969? You've been around elections since 1969, and you've watched different politicians get elected. And then you have people who want to treat you as if you're a piece of crap when it comes to elections. That works both ways. 713-668-1230. But one thing is for sure, I will never discourage people from voting. I will always encourage people to go vote. If you had grown up like some of us did, and you watched the frustration on the faces of your parents and others who may have been in line, as your parents stood in line, you 5, 6 years old, 7, and your parents are going to, they're in line to pay to vote. They had to pay to vote. And here you are, all you have to do is just register and you can vote. And you can vote for who you want to vote for. And again, I encourage you to vote for whoever your choices are. Just go vote. Vote. Utilize your right to vote.
From the backwoods of Mississippi to the bright lights of Chicago.
And leaving would be the last thing on my mind if I could turn back the hands of time.
From the backwoods of Arkansas to the bright lights of Chicago.
It's cheaper to keep it.
A 1969 number 1 million seller.
Baby, can I change my mind?
A 1960. Johnny Taylor.
I wanna play something pretty to you, baby.
It's a classic showdown. Coming soon on 1230 KCOH. The Source.
Are you looking for a pharmacy where you're more than just the next person in line, where the pharmacists are friendly, willing to talk to you about your prescriptions and over-the-counter medications, where they make deliveries to customers in the general area? Then you need my pharmacy of choice, Mercury Drive Pharmacy, 918 Mercury Drive, right off of I-10 East near the 610 Loop. James Muldrow and his staff are there to serve you. I've been a customer for over 37 years. The insurance companies have tried to steer me to the corporate pharmacies, but I prefer Mercury Drive. It's a staple in East Houston, serving Fidelity, Jacinto City, Pleasantville, Fifth Ward, North Shore, Wood Forest, Galena Park, Channelview, offering free delivery to those areas and others. Most insurances are accepted. Mercury Drive Pharmacy is open Monday through Saturday for your convenience. Phone 713-674-6122, 713-674-6122. Mr. Muldrow and his staff are happy to serve you. Mercury Drive Pharmacy, 918 Mercury Drive, south of I-10 East.
Everybody's talking about the high price of eggs. Well, I don't know much about eggs, but I tell you this. If you want great chicken at a great price, how about Chicken Plus, 6210 North Wayside? Let's hear what his customers are saying. Michelle writes, Chicken Plus has some of the best fried chicken and best fried okra in the city. We stay about 45 minutes away, but the drive is definitely worth it. E. Max says, the chicken is seasoned so well and every bite has a special crunch. It's my go-to chicken spot when I want homemade fried chicken that's always good. Now that's what I'm talking about right there. Great fried chicken, okra, rice and gravy, desserts. You're going to find it all at Chicken Plus, 6210 North Wayside. You don't have time to make the drive? Hey, no problem. You can order Chicken Plus on DoorDash and Uber Eats. You better do what you got to do to get your hands on some of that great fried chicken, the best fried chicken in the city. Great chicken at great prices. That's Chicken Plus. See you there.
And while away last week in New York for a moment, an individual that I met said, hey man, watch what's happening in Nigeria. This was before the weekend. This was before the ISIS, I think the number 2 guy, a high-ranking guy in ISIS, and his comrades were blown apart over in Nigeria. But if you notice one thing about what happened in Nigeria compared to what happened in Iran when they had the bombing, you don't hear that much talk about it. I encourage you to go out on the, Google it up yourself. Just Google up Nigerian ISIS bombing and read some of the things that the Nigerians are saying, the people in Nigeria. Okay? Just read that. At this time, we want to find State Representative Ron Reynolds, a man who never stops. This guy is everywhere. And I think he was at 3 or 4 places yesterday. I'll just ask him this. And good afternoon. How are you doing, State Representative?
Hey, I'm great. I'm blessed. I'm blessed. Always glad to be on with you, man.
Oh,
I appreciate you.
Thank you. I do too. Thank you. I appreciate you. Where did you start off first yesterday? First.
You know, yesterday I started off with the Lord, man, getting my praise and worship on.
Yes.
I had several church anniversaries that I attended, and it was great to lift my spirits from all the crazy stuff happening. Renew your faith and get a good word, and the praise helped me start my day off on a strong foot. And so that was the way I started my day. And then I was so excited to join Martin Luther King III, the son of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., who was in town, and we had a rally over McGregor Park in front of the statue that Ova Duncantail helped get of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And it was great to be there in support of my dear friend, Congressman Al Green, and that was great to share the platform and microphone with a legendary man that his father obviously did so much for this country, and really I would say this world. And so I had a really busy day then at Bishop Dixon's church after for another rally for Congressman Al Green. A mental health, May is Mental Health Awareness Month, if those who don't know, and we had a mental health awards program that I was the honorary chair of to bring awareness to mental health and resources that often people in the African American community don't talk about. But mental health is real. There's so many people suffering in silence that don't get the treatment that they need, and they continue to a lot of them commit crimes and suicide. So we definitely have to take care of mental health. And finally, I ended it in my district at a scholarship event with the American Caribbean Chamber of Commerce to help provide scholarships for some seniors going to college. And I was happy to help be a part and help sponsor that. So it was a busy, busy Sunday. Very, very busy. Oh, one more. I had a Mother's Day brunch that I was the honorary chair of, honoring some amazing mothers, including Kathy Griffin. And Thelma Scott. So it was a great, busy, super day. I got home and I was wore out, man. I think I fell asleep as soon as I got myself in the house, man. What a busy day, but I'm blessed.
Well, now, the other thing that you forgot that I respect that you did, and I respect everything that you just listed that you did, of course, also. In fact, two other individuals and yourself are three people that I salute this week, three men that I salute. Isaiah Carey over at Fox 26 for what he does, and the other one, you were tied in with his dream that has become a huge reality now, Jerome Love and the Texas Black Expo.
Oh, man, I did that too. Oh,
I
did that too.
I know you did. I know you did.
Well, oh, man, look, I'm on the board of the Texas Black Expo, and I did the Texas Black Expo as well. That was a great summer celebration.
Right.
I commend our founder, Jerome Love.
Right.
It was a great to see. And let me say something, man. This highlights how crazy this climate that we find ourselves in. We had to rename it. It's no longer the Texas Black Expo. It's the Texas Expo because of this anti-DEI. We had to remove the black. Now, what kind of sense does that make? Because some of our funders said, well, if you have the name Texas Black Expo, we won't be able to donate anymore because we're restricted from donating to DEI.
Right.
So imagine that if you got anything dealing with black or Hispanic or whatever, then it's a DEI program and it's prohibited. That's the kind of sad climate we find ourselves in right now. But yes, that was another highlight that I forgot in the business. I'm telling you, I really literally the only time I sat down for the most part was when I was driving from one event to another.
Well, I want to share this with you. The three of you, the three, it's no surprise to me, the three of you, because of what you do, are very inspiring people to a lot of us. And just on my little situation on Facebook, I'm just looking at the numbers, and I want to thank the three of you. When I put you out there together, it has really, it's really been real good. And in fact, one gentleman wrote, "Inspiring leaders make a difference." Talking about the three of you, Isaiah Carey and Jerome Love, and I appreciate that. The other thing I see, and you mentioned it a moment ago, and I mentioned it when I first came on. I know when people hear my name, they tie me into sports, but what they don't know is how one of the places that I started off in was in politics, way back, helping with campaigns and stuff, even being naive in regards to what really happened in a campaign, etc. Even Judson Robinson, Preston Smith, Bill Hobby, Al Edwards, and all those kind of people. But the thing that after reading and listening and watching what happened in Louisiana over the weekend, what happened in Virginia, and what may happen in Kentucky, and what may happen here in Texas, I can understand why you are with Congressman Al Green. But I need you to go into a little bit more detail about how the impact of what's happening in these other states with Democrats who voice their opinions against the president, and the campaigns that are going on against to get them out of office. Any comment?
Well, yeah. I mean, right now you've seen the President Trump go after people. In fact, he's going after another congressman that's on the ballot in the. I think it's in Kentucky.
Yes,
he's going after a congressman in Kentucky. He's went after congressmen that were that defied him in Indiana. I mean, senators. So he is going after anybody that speaks against him. Congressman Al Green, he told Governor Abbott that he needed 5 seats. Well, CD9 was one of those 5 seats. CD30, which is Congresswoman Crockett, those two were on the list because they were been two of the most outspoken critics of President Trump. Al Green has been unbossed. He's spoken truth to power, and they wanted to go after him. So he can't really hurt him by endorsing, Congressman Menifee, but he has given the green light, and we've seen the crypto industry give millions of dollars to Congressman Menifee. And we've seen many of the people, I believe, AIPAC, that has been a very fond of President Trump, and they have given and funded money. So Congressman Al Green is in the trenches. I have a lot of respect for Congressman Menifee. No disrespect to him at all.
And
but Congressman Al Green...
The same year also, right.
Congressman Al Green, to me, during these times when you have president that is just out of control, that is unabashed against any constitutional norms, we need the kind of leadership that Congressman Al Green provides, because Congressman Green has the seniority. If the Democrats take the majority, he will have subpoena power and be able to have some checks and balances that the Democrats need for Trump's final 2 years in office. Imagine this president, who is already doing so many things to wreak havoc among our economy, upon blacks and immigrants through ICE and everything else, that basically has immunity from the U.S. Supreme Court. Imagine if there's no one who has the courage, like Congressman Al Green, that has brought articles of impeachment during Trump's final 2 years. It can be worse than it is now. So that is why I'm urging everyone, as early voting starts today, to get out and vote for Congressman Al Green for the new CD18. I can't think of and I think there is such time for new leadership in the future, but not during these tough, unprecedented times. There will become a time where it's time to pass the baton. There's time for fresh blood, but not in these times of uncertainty, when we need someone who's experienced, that has the tenacity, because we haven't seen a president like this ever in our history. I would even compare President Trump to a evil dictator, because he's acting as though he doesn't have to get approval from the Congress, and the Republicans are afraid to hold him accountable. And those who do attempt to, they usually bow out, either getting defeated in the Republican primary by the MAGAs, or they retire because they don't want to face the ire anymore, like Marjorie Taylor Greene and so many others. When they stood up to President Trump, they left or they got defeated. So that is why it's time for people like
now as I look over papers and listen to this and that, I'm reminded myself, one of the reasons I am totally disappointed with the president is the disrespect of women who look like my mother.
Oh, absolutely.
Look like my mother. And the most recent one being the broadcaster, Rachel Scott.
Oh, man, terrible. That's right.
So could you talk about that for a moment? And I know this is big with the congressman, both congressmen, but you're tied in with Al Green. And how important is that to him?
Well, Congressman Al Green is a real defender of women, and he's a real defender of speaking out for those who don't have a voice. And President Trump is a bully. He has shown his discriminatory animus towards women and immigrants, people of color, Muslims. And so that is why, I'm proud that President Trump has brought articles of impeachment and has raised his cane to speak for those who don't have a voice. Congressman Green. Congressman Green. So that's why I think that we need someone who is willing to speak truth to power. See, a lot of people may say, well, Ralph, that's wrong, but they're afraid to say it publicly. They're afraid to say it because they don't want the scrutiny. When you openly criticize President Trump, then there's consequences that come with it, right? You get a target on your back. Congressman Al Green had death threats from those racist MAGA loyalists. That is why, we need someone during this time that's unafraid, that's unbought, that's going to go and say, no, you're not going to disrespect our sisters like that. Like when President Trump tweeted out that racist depiction of Michelle and Barack Obama as apes.
Right.
Congressman Green, had the unmitigated guys to go during the State of the Union and hold up the sign that says black people are not apes. Well, who else is going to stand up to President Trump? We need this. We need that. We need to have unconventional warfare, not in the sense of hurting anybody, but someone that is not going to lay down and be quiet and because silence during these tough times, Ralph, is complicity. That's why I think we need the strength and the leadership of Congressman Al Green.
Okay. Anything? I'll just ask you this, nice and quietly. How many more stops do you have tonight?
Well, tonight I'm going to be on Isaiah Carey's show.
Tell him I said hello.
I'm gonna show him you a little shout out.
Yeah.
And then just a day I'm campaigning for Congressman Al Green. I'll be at the polls because you know what, the stakes are too high, and I'm putting shoe leather. I'm knocking on doors. I'm making phone calls, and I'm doing everything I can to help Congressman Al Green because the times. We need that kind of leadership. This is a throwback to good trouble. Congressman Al Green is making good and necessary trouble.
And I agree. And again, tell him I said hello too.
I will. And thank you for having me on your show, man. I always appreciate it.
Oh, I'll get you back. So thank you.
Yes, sir.
And
okay.
And I'll watch Isaiah tonight also.
Yes, sir. I'll be on.
Thank you.
I'm going to give you a shout. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. And 713-668-1230 when we go to the telephone. State Representative Ron Reynolds was the guest here a moment ago. And again, I share with you the inspiration I have to encourage you to utilize your right to vote. Utilize your right to vote. And don't just take it for granted that your vote doesn't do any or make a difference. Don't let anyone tell you and let me see if I can let's see if I can find one that I want to share. And as I stated, in the Southwestern Athletic Conference, they have an award they give to the most productive athletic program. And this year, guess what? The award goes over to Jackson State University. They call it the Commissioner's Cup, and it's an all-around performance, etc. Who has the best athletic program in the SWAC? So in the 2025-26 year, 2025-2026 competitive year, Jackson State gets the award. So I want to take time to congratulate Jackson State, their athletic director, Ashley Robinson, the president of the school, the athletes, the coaches, the student body, alumni on Jackson State receiving and winning the Commissioner's Cup in the Southwestern Athletic Conference. And you remember, and also the Dr. James Frank Award also, that's another one. You got the Commissioner's Cup winner, and you got the Dr. James Frank Award. Guess who won that? Jackson State again. Dr. James Frank at one time was the commissioner of the SWAC. Very interesting man, fair man, and one that I enjoyed working with. So they named the SWAC Commissioner's Cup the Dr. James Frank Commissioner's Cup. So, top overall program in the SWAC. And that award again goes to where? Jackson State University. I had another, Sugar Ray Leonard. This one I found hard to believe, but it's true. I checked. I didn't know. Time flies. Sugar Ray Leonard is 70 years old. Yeah. Sugar Ray Leonard is 70 years old, celebrating a birthday. I want to congratulate the great boxing champion in person, Sugar Ray Leonard, celebrating birth date number 70. And, hey, what can I say? We congratulate him. I also congratulate the Summer Creek 4x200 meter relay team, girls, the Lady Bulldogs. The Lady Bulldogs from Summer Creek. They were clocked in. Porter Robinson was called later in the week, and also Andrew Blanks, who did some commentary and in regards to covering the state high school track and field. Meet the legendary coach Andrew Blanks. But anyway, this Summer Creek girls team, 4x200 meter relay team, they were clocked at 1.3740 in the 4x200, and we congratulate them. I had something else I had out here that I wanted to do, and again, we'll just keep it here for a minute. And okay, how people forget people. When I say the name, if I say the name Gary Walker, if you know who I'm talking, if I say the name Gary Walker, do you know who I'm talking about? Do you know who I'm talking about when I say the name Gary Walker? And if you do, just dial 713-668-1230. When I say the name Gary Walker in athletics, what comes to your mind? What comes to your mind when I make that comment? Gary Walker. So again, it's amazing how quick people can forget people, and I thank God for allowing me to remember people. The University of Houston is looking for a new baseball coach. If you coach baseball, I mentioned Fort Bend Kempner, no jobs at Fort Bend Kempner in regards to coaching. Well, at the University of Houston, they're looking for a baseball coach. So if you coach baseball and you think you can coach the Cougars, maybe that's where you need to go. And let me see, did I have another one here? I mentioned the Sheila Jackson Lee and the airport. Did I have another one I wanted to throw out here? I wanted to mention Katie Tompkins, 4x1 champions. 4x1 champions. The Katie Tompkins track and field team. Also the 4x4 team over at Shadow Creek. Special congratulations to them. They finished third overall and helping their team secure third place in the state. The first time in the history of Shadow Creek that has happened. Congratulations to the Shadow Creek track and field team. Also from Shadow Creek, Samantha Craven finished third in her first trip to the state meet. We want to congratulate her also. So a lot of these youngsters are doing some great things. Then I looked up at the University of Texas had this big scoreboard in regards to the 100. Dylan Mitchell out of C.E. King, Sheldon King High School, #1 in the state. And then you had from Humble, Jarvis Tubbs. Jarvis Tubbs hey man, we're running down here. Then name I'm not going to try to Shinwoki On Wushewa. On Wushewa of Side Springs finished third in the state. And I'm not laughing at his name. I'm laughing at me trying to deal with the name. And from the Woodlands, you had Tommy Tansky for Lame Oyalami from Mansfield High School. And so we just throw these times out there and throw these names out there of youngsters doing well in track in field in the state of Texas. And I want to say hello to all of the graduates of Morehouse College, locally, Carl Mosley of SI HBCU Legends. Morehouse College, they celebrated with the graduating class of 570 students. So I want to congratulate Morehouse College on what they did. I also want to take time and salute a former NFL great, a great person. Philadelphia Eagle quarterback Randall Cunningham. He's been in the ministry for the last 2 decades after retiring from football, right? So he's a minister. He's the founder and senior pastor of the Remnant Ministries in Las Vegas. And after 16 NFL seasons, he turned the Bible studies he held at his home into the Remnant Ministries in Las Vegas. So I congratulate him also. And we got one from Jersey Village, another name. I'll try to be as good as I can with this name. Junior Kerry Cresser becomes the first Jersey Village athlete. Imagine this. The first Jersey Village athlete to win gold at the state track and field meet since 1991. He said she really turned it on in the last part of the 400 meters to win that gold. And again, that name is Kerry Cresser. Yeah, I got it right. And Coach Porter Robinson will have more of this, of what happened in Austin at the state track and field meet. He'll have more of it later in the week. And they're also they've been saluting the late, great president, coach of Grambling State University. And that was Ralph Waldo Prez. His nickname was Prez Jones of Grambling State University. At one time, he was the president of the school, the baseball coach, and he founded the marching band. And guess what he did also? He hired Eddie Robinson to coach the Grambling State football team. And again, he was there at Grambling for 51 years in a position as president, administrator, whatever, baseball coach at Grambling State University. And the portal system. Many of these young athletes are in the portal system. They entered in the portal system. 62% of all D2 football players that entered the transfer portal have retired. Guess nobody picked them up, I guess, right? 62% of the D2 players. 79% of the D3 players also retired who entered the portal. And sometimes when you've got a good ride somewhere and your education paid for, you need to take a long look before you make a move to leave that particular situation. I'm Ralph Cooper. This is 1230 The Source on YouTube. I'll say that again, 1230 The Source on the YouTube. You can also catch it if you're riding around in your vehicle, KCOH The Source on the internet. Also the Simple Radio app on the internet. And also you can catch me also live on Facebook Live. We'll take a quick break and come back. And again, congratulations to all of you who've already voted, early voting, and those of you who have not. Ralph Cooper encourages you to do the early vote thing if you can. But make sure you utilize your right to vote, okay? No matter what you do, utilize your right to vote.
The Morning Magazine is the show that has Houston talking. Houston talking.
I'm Paris Ely, inviting you to join us on The Morning Magazine from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. Monday through Friday, right here on KCOH. The Morning Magazine, where we choose to keep news stories factual, commentary informative, and conversations productive. As you might guess, it's a work in progress. Tune in and see for yourself. You're invited to join us with your thoughtful analysis and considered opinions as well on topics meant to address community needs and solve our common problems. Join me on The Morning Magazine.
The Morning Magazine with Paris Ely.
Wake up, Mr. Radio.
Weekday mornings, 8 to 11 a.m. on 1230 KCOH, The Source.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Hi, I'm JJ Walls with Sunnyside Dental, and yes, it's now been over 30 years that we've been providing quality dental care for our patients in the Houston area. It's now come to my attention that many of you that want to come to Sunnyside Dental have Medicare plans that we don't accept. Hold up, that has got to change. Sunnyside Dental is now accepting most Medicare dental plans. WellCare, Liberty, United Healthcare, Cigna, Kelsey Care Advantage, Amerigroup, Aetna, and many more. We're getting on board. Call Sunnyside Dental at 713-738-1999. If you have Medicare and would like to receive the personal touch provided by Sunnyside Dental, call us at 713-738-1999. We look forward to helping you achieve the smile that you can't wait to share with the world.
Got Medicare dental benefits? Call Sunnyside Dental, 713-738-1999.
Everybody's talking about the high price of eggs. Well, I don't know much about eggs, but I tell you this. If you want great chicken at a great price, how about Chicken Plus, 6210 North Wayside? Let's hear what his customers are saying. Michelle writes, Chicken Plus has some of the best fried chicken and best fried okra in the city. We stay about 45 minutes away, but the drive is definitely worth it. E. Max says, the chicken is seasoned so well and every bite has a special crunch. It's my go-to chicken spot when I want homemade fried chicken that's always good. Now that's what I'm talking about right there. Great fried chicken, okra, rice and gravy, desserts. You're going to find it all at Chicken Plus, 6210 North Wayside. You don't have time to make the drive? Hey, no problem. You can order Chicken Plus on DoorDash and Uber Eats. You better do what you got to do to get your hands on some of that great fried chicken, the best fried chicken in the city. Great chicken at great prices. That's Chicken Plus. See you there.
And before I go any further, I want to say hello to Ira Dean Sr. Ira Dean, a student athlete out of Booker T. Washington High School here in Houston. Late 60s, early 70s. Baylor University. And an individual who's been very productive over the years. A big shout out to Ira Dean Sr. And thank you for listening. Before I go any further and bring my next guest on, I would ask, if a man has a constant habit of talking about women at a low level who look like your mother, how can you really have any respect? How could I have any respect for him? If a man, every time I turn around, in many cases, the man is talking about women who looked like they could have. They look like my mother. The complexion, the build, everything. The man talks about them all the time. Most recently, Rachel Scott, a broadcaster, asked a question of the president and was ripped to pieces by the president. Called it a B word, from what I've heard and seen. And as black men, even white men, you should be ashamed of yourself. Men of other nationalities. For a man of the power of the president, because he disagrees with what the broadcaster, who was a woman, may say about him and his program, he calls it a B word. And everybody just shuts up like it never happened. in many cases. Then you got some guys defending it. But I go to Fred Batts, a mentor, a man who has explained many things to me. And I ask him, Fred, does that upset you too? Am I wrong? Does that upset you also, or what?
Well, the man does so many things that's upsetting. I mean, to characterize the president, the ex-president, the first lady, as apes and monkeys, the things that he does and says is not emblematic of anybody that has any kind of character. So the man has demonstrated beyond any ideology that he has no character whatsoever. He cares about when he does those types of things. Plus, it appears that he may be slipping into dementia anyway. And those people become slightly bipolar. Whether people know that or not, people that become inflicted with dementia and Alzheimer say things and do things that's certainly out of class.
Well, since you mentioned his name in that regard, give me what should we, for those of us who are not as maybe enlightening as we should be in regards to those cases, what do you see, or what should we see from
We're
him?
talking about in Donald Trump?
Yeah, as those.
What should we see in him?
Yeah, as we see what you just said may be happening to him, what should I mean, so it's not unusual for a person to call someone a B, a female a B, and all that kind of stuff. That's what you're saying, or what are you saying?
Well, what I'm saying is out of character for someone in that position to even to drop to those levels of naming people, classifying people as anything. But he's showing no class at all. But what I'm trying to point out is that the man can't demonstrate what he doesn't have.
Okay.
He doesn't have class.
Okay.
He cannot exhibit the kind of decorum that we're talking about because he doesn't have it.
But Fred, he sat down and chewed meals with kings and princes and queens and dictators all over the world and some of the strongest military people on the planet, if not the strongest. And you saying he doesn't have that kind of insight?
Well, I mean, you don't have to listen to me. Look at the Queen of England. What did she say? But that's basically what she said. She said, "This is unbelievable."
Yeah. That's why I asked.
And then the president, the King of England, in addressing the Congress, said, "I hope you congressmen will step up and do your job." I mean, they didn't hide. They didn't come in the back door. They went in the front door and told it like it is. Well, why can't the biggest enigma that we should be thinking about is how in the world can this man still have 25-30% support in this country with the antics that he's demonstrated? How can that happen?
Well, I mean, you look at what happened over in Louisiana over the weekend. You had a senator, to lose his position because he spoke out against him. And it happened in some other places, and it could happen in Texas. Congressman Al Green is on a bubble in regards to, he's got less money to work with in regards to a campaign, and then you're dealing with, in a red state, and you're dealing with a president that is well aware of who Al Green is, Congressman Green is.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely he is, because he's visible.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is not sitting on the back row quiet. He is in the front row loud.
Well, Fred, you know, many of your people, I say that, and I mean what I say, Fred. I mean, you're a little bit older than I am, and these are your people here in Texas. Not that I'm not from Texas, and not that I was not born in Texas, but you're older than I am. These are your people, Fred. Fred, what is it going to, Fred, are we looking at a 13 or 14% turnout, let's just say in the Congressional District 18 race, where you've got two congressmen running against each other? What message will be sent, in your opinion, if only 13 or 14% of the registered voters vote, and you've got two black congressmen running? And I mean, if that happens, what happens, Fred? I mean, what comes to your mind?
Well, it's two things. One thing comes to my mind is that they are really not aware of what's at stake.
Okay.
They're not. These people are tuned in to rap stations and cartoons and looking at stuff that's irrelevant to their lives. They don't realize that we're on the threshold of a complete revamping of America based on what Republicans are trying to do in this country, across the country. They're doing everything they can to move back to the 1960s. They've already gotten rid of the Voting Rights Act. People don't know that. They don't know how important that act was. And they see a Supreme Court completely annul everything basically that it stood for. And they don't know that they lost anything. They don't know it.
Yeah.
They don't know it because it's pathetic.
Yeah.
Is what it is. It's just pathetic that they would not. Boy, they need to run out in great numbers and vote. And I have to say vote in particular for Al Green, because Al Green is not a suspect on what he will do. He has shown beyond any doubt that he will stand up and be counted.
Okay.
Not demeaning the other guy. I think he would too, but
Menifee.
Al Green has got all of the years of experience, and he has done it time and time again.
Well, you know, one or the other, and you're the perfect. Well, I just had a friend who was 80-something who had a hell of an experience here recently, late in life, a life-changing experience for him, physically and mentally.
Yeah.
So the thing they use against Al Green also is the fact he's 80, or right at 80 years old, 77, 80 years old, right? They
Yeah.
say he's too old. Now, Fred, you are an authority on aging, and and you can, in your opinion, if okay, just imagine for me, I come to you and say, Fred, we can't vote for Congressman Green. We got to go with Menifee because he's the younger guy. Green is around 80, and Menifee running around 35, 40 years old. Now, when people say that the older guy can't do the job no more, and all people 70 and 80 years of age are not dead, Fred, as you know. So I'll let you talk about that for a moment. Share with the listeners some things, how you combat that.
I can tell you this, I'm 82 years old, and I still like young girls. So age is just a number. I mean,
wait a minute, just before you go, you just like them, or you?
Well, if I had a preference, that would be my preference.
No, that ain't what I'm saying. I'm saying you like them.
Yeah.
But that particular era is not over for you, is it?
No.
Okay, that's what I meant. Okay.
No. That's what I'm saying. That to say that age means, number one, experience.
Yes.
The man's got great experience.
Okay, Al Green. Okay.
And the man has demonstrated a willingness to put himself at stake in harm's way.
Right.
To do what needs to be done. So I believe Menifee is good. I believe he'll step up. But if I had to guess, who's got the most to lose? Menifee would probably have more to lose if he steps up because Green is already 80 plus.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
So he's not gonna waver because he's worried about the next 20 years, 30 years. He's worried about now. I need to make something happen now. I need to stand up now. I don't have another 30, 40 years to stand up. I've got to do it now. And he's doing that.
Okay.
So what more can you ask of him than what he's already displayed?
After what happened in Louisiana over the weekend in regards to voting and Trump getting one of the persons out of there that he wanted out of there, after what happened up in Indiana and over in Virginia, is there, and being in a red state that we are here in, is it, and Miss Crockett, remember? Crockett lost her seat. She's back in Menifee, but in the case of Green here, what do you think? I mean, does the president have enough stroke with Albert to get him out of there, or keep him out?
I don't think the president has got any pull with black people.
Okay.
For the most part.
What about Hispanics though? The Hispanics have put him in there now.
Well, Hispanics are starting to move away from him as well. I mean, he's characterized Hispanics almost as evil and mean as he has black folks. But it's just like old Cat Williams told Mexicans a long time ago. He said, "Don't worry, when they come after you, we're going to be on your side because we know we're next."
Oh, okay.
Well, they need to take the same attitude because, yeah, he's after us now, but believe me, Mexicans, you all are next.
So what are these? Alcatraz, Alligator, Alcatraz, and these other detention centers. What are they built for? Just for homeless people, or what's your theory on that?
Well,
I said for homeless people, get the homeless people, move homeless people.
Trump is trying to do an ethnic cleansing.
Okay.
So you have to take it for what it is. Who are our prisons for? Who constitutes the majority of prisoners throughout the United States, and especially in Texas? Who are the greatest in population in prisons?
Yeah,
Yeah, black people. I mean, black people can go to prison for a gram of cocaine. White people can get a slap on the wrist for a kilo. I mean, Trump is the Supreme man. It is so bad right now. The Supreme Court is acting like a branch of government for Republicans only. So the judicial system is flawed right now. We better get control of this House, even if we can't get the Senate. It is imperative that we get control of the House in order to really to save the nation.
And see,
to save the nation.
And see, Fred, you know, I can remember Eisenhower. I know you may go back to Roosevelt on me. Truman for sure. Truman for sure.
I can't go to Roosevelt.
Truman for sure. Okay.
Yeah, I can go to Truman.
So, have you ever, in your years of dealing with the Trumans, the Eisenhowers, the Kennedys, the Johnsons, the Nixons, the Fords, the Carters, the Bushes, and the Obamas, did you ever think you would see anything like this?
I never thought that white America would elect a 34th convicted felon to president of this country. I never envisioned that he would even be allowed to run.
Yeah.
He's not charged. He's convicted.
Yeah.
This man they've got documents showing that this man was selling top secret documents. That's not me saying it. That's what the FBI is showing, that he was selling information off of those documents that he had in Mar-a-Lago. I mean, this man is off the charts, man. It's just inconceivable that he has no regard for the law. He's got none. He does not respect the law at all.
Any other thing you want to share on politics before I change the subject on you, Fred Batts? Anything else?
The only thing I would tell blacks is it is important that we all get out and vote, man. Vote your heart. But at the same time, if you can see your way to vote for Al Green, I would encourage it, even though I think Menifee is a good guy. But I think Al Green has earned your trust. And if you got to give it to him if you just think about it.
Yeah.
And look what he has done, where he has stood in the trenches for us for all of these years. He has been there and done everything that he should. Nobody can point to one thing throughout his tenure where he didn't stand tall. Not once.
The other thing I want to bring up, nobody watches as much NBA basketball as you until you fall asleep, of course. You may fall asleep.
Nobody. I don't fall asleep till the game is over.
I know you don't. What do you think now? You got New York and Cleveland, and the owner of the Cleveland team, he had 25 buses full of Cleveland Cavalier fans, and he bused them into Detroit for the game yesterday, and they won 125-94.
If you're an athlete and or you're into athletics as I am, and I know you are, what you do is you evaluate the players on each team. The Knicks have Towns at center.
Right.
And Towns likes to play like a guard.
Right.
So he loves to play out front, the three-point line in places. The Cleveland has Jarrett and Mobley.
Yeah, Allen, and Mobley.
Two 7-footers
who can play.
Who's going to clean those boards.
They can play. Yes, go ahead.
They can both play, and they're going to clean the boards. And when you miss, you're not going to get the rebound if your center is out around center court.
Yes, right. But you got Brunson. Brunson is on the Knicks team.
Brunson, in my opinion, is going to be the best player on the floor on either team. Even though I think Mitchell is a great player,
yes,
I'd have to say Brunson is more consistent.
Okay.
Than even Mitchell. Mitchell gets hot, then he's super hot, but when he's cold, he's super cold. Brunson very seldom is cold. He's just a scoring machine, and he doesn't care who's trying to guard him. He's very almost impossible to guard, but he's got to go in that lane battling 2 7-footers. He's going to. You can't. I don't think you win this series on just 3-pointers.
And you got James Harden on the Cleveland side also.
He had 9 points last night.
Yeah, I know. But
he played 36 minutes. He had 9 points, 5 rebounds.
And he had about 4 or 5 assists. I thought he did a pretty good job all around, although he didn't score but 9 points. He
had 0 turnovers.
Right, that's the other, and he had a couple of steals and big rebounds at a point.
Yeah, he had 0 turnovers. He didn't look good on a statistical basis, but playing, if you looked at the game, he played good.
Right,
and they won big.
And he realizes that, hey, he's got a lot. He's trying to get a championship ring, and he realizes he's in a good position to at least maybe play for one this time.
Oh, I think he is. I would, if I was going to bet on it, I'd put my money on Cleveland.
I
think Cleveland has got more depth and more. They just got more right now in New York.
Our late friend Denny would be saying, hey, let me see what Fred's doing. Let me see what Fred's got there. Let me see what Fred got in mind. Let me see what Fred's doing. But anyway, yeah. What about the Spurs and the Pacers?
Well, there again, you got to, and I think it's a travesty the way the officiating is allowing teams to manhandle Wemby.
Yes.
I mean, just because he's tall and athletic and good, you shouldn't be able to maul him. Even when he elbowed that guy, they were mauling him.
Yeah, right.
They should have blown a whistle long before he threw that elbow. Because, and every time he goes near the basket, you see him knocked down, thrown down. He gets knocked down in the most brutal ways I've ever seen a basketball player get knocked down.
I think what they ought to do is do something that they had back in the day. Get you, I forgot the term they used. Get you a hatchet kind of guy on your team.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, absolutely.
And his job is you and I, the coach. Hey man, your job. We don't want any points from you. You don't even want a rebound from you. If they touch him, we want you to go in and hatchet. We want you to go in and chop him up.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, that's what that old boy from Beaumont did for the Celtics.
Kendrick Perkins. That's what
Perkins got off the bench and went in there to knock that boy around that was trying to manhandle his star. He said, I'll stop that. He just went. He didn't make any cover up, camouflage, and he just went right in and just put the hammer on him.
And that was the end of that. They backed off.
That was the end of it.
Yeah, they backed off.
That was it. I've never seen anybody quite like Wemby. The only problem I see in San Antonio is that beyond the two centers, and they're never on the floor at the same time, they got no height.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I mean, 6'6" is about it.
Right. Yeah.
And they've got some athletic 6'6".
Okay, that's what I was about to say. You got the Vanderbilt. You got the Vanderbilt kid there also, right? Vanderbilt.
That Hopper.
Vanderbilt.
Who is Vanderbilt?
Okay, maybe now I got the teams mixed up. No, go ahead. No, you're right. He's not on that team. Harper.
You got Harper. Harper's a star.
A real one. You're right. Yeah.
He's a 6'6" star.
Yeah, I know. Like I said, they need to go get him a tight end type, a real tight end type.
Yeah.
And let him come in there off that bench, and maybe get one that can play also at that, you know.
If they get one can play something too, they really got something.
Right. So who are you picking to be in the championship series?
I tell you what, I think Cleveland and San Antonio are strong candidates.
Okay. So
I think New York. I think it'll go 7. I don't know if I believe Oklahoma City will go 7.
So if Denny was around and was calling you, you betting who? Cleveland
and San Antonio. Women's going to shut down the middle.
Yes.
From those boys, he's going to shut it down.
Yes.
And of course, Oklahoma has got outside shooters, but Gil Gaines is not a 3-point shooter, not normally.
Yes.
He's a mid-range shooter. If they slow him down and stop him from driving, he's not nearly as effective as he is if he can drive around your weaker defenders. But Wemby lets them defend weakly, and then when they get under that goal, they have to try to create some kind of circus shot.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
To make it work.
Have you one aspect of basketball I'm enjoying? I mean, I know it's early. I've been watching the women play. They've had some pretty good games.
I like those women playing.
Yeah. Okay.
These women can shoot. Some of these women can shoot better than men.
I know they can.
God dang, this daggum Caitlin Clark. They can say what they want to say about that witch can shoot it, boy.
Why you call a woman a witch?
And that new girl they got out of UConn, whatever, that gal can shoot it.
Yeah, you've got some players. Yeah, they got some players, and we get our team. What the Connecticut team moves into Houston next year, so
yeah, I'm glad to see that.
Yeah, Any closing comment? Why do you think the Astros have all these injuries?
Well,
is it just part of the game right now? I mean,
the kind of injuries they have, hamstrings and stuff.
Yes,
it makes you think they're not in shape.
It really does, doesn't it? Yes.
Yeah, you would think. I mean, they're not having injuries from collisions and stuff. They're having mostly leg injuries from muscle injuries.
Yeah.
It would appear they're not in great shape.
Yeah. Okay.
Not in great shape at all. They got old boy hitting. What has he got? 15 home runs.
Yeah. You talking about Alvarez? Yes.
But he can't carry. He can't carry this team. This team has got way too many no hitters.
Well, you've got you've lost Correa, Pena, and now Altuve.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're in another kind of situation, like you said. Okay. Well, I want to thank you one more time.
Well, you know, I'm always available for my friends.
Well, and again, for those who were not around in 1965 when the Voting Rights Act was passed, 64, 65.
Yeah.
Kind of remind them again of what that was like.
Well, up until that time, white people primarily in this country, could do anything they wanted to deny the vote to black citizens.
Right.
Yeah. And they did it.
Yeah.
And the 1965 Voting Act eliminated that as a unit. The federal government made them do the right thing. All this gerrymandering and stuff was outlawed. But now the Supreme Court has totally outlawed that particular bill.
Yeah.
So unless we get enough people back in Congress where we can alleviate the total writs. I want to point one thing out. I know you probably do. You know that 18% of this country elects 52 senators?
Yes, sir. Yeah. Go ahead. Keep going.
18%.
Yeah.
Of this country elects 52 senators. That's why you have such a lopsided Congress.
Yeah.
Because this is not. It was set up to be fair, but it turned out because of the way the dissemination of the population in the country is, it's become totally unfair, and they're taking advantage of that. And that's why you couldn't get rid of Trump if you had 100% Republicans in the House of Representatives. The Senate wouldn't approve of impeachment.
Well,
it ain't going to happen.
Well, but what?
It's just. I would like to see your listeners. They need to wake up.
I agree. That's why
we need to wake up, man, and see what's going on in this country and realize how it affects you. You got a lot of white folks who are being disenfranchised, just like you are. And with enough of us voting, we have the opportunity to make it lean in our favor. But that's only if we come out in numbers and vote.
Well, I want to thank you.
All right, my friend.
And have a good rest of your day, and I'll catch you later in the week. Thank you.
All right, my friend. Okay.
Bye-bye. Fred Batts, we thank him, and we do this.
Everybody's talking about the high price of eggs. Well, I don't know much about eggs, but I tell you this. If you want great chicken at a great price, how about Chicken Plus, 6210 North Wayside? Let's see what his customers are saying. Michelle writes, Chicken Plus has some of the best fried chicken and best fried okra in the city. We stay about 45 minutes away, but the drive is definitely worth it. E. Max says, the chicken is seasoned so well and every bite has a special crunch. It's my go-to chicken spot when I want homemade fried chicken that's always good. Now that's what I'm talking about right there. Great fried chicken, okra, rice and gravy, desserts. You're going to find it all at Chicken Plus, 6210 North Wayside. You don't have time to make the drive? Hey, no problem. You can order Chicken Plus on DoorDash and Uber Eats. You better do what you got to do to get your hands on some of that great fried chicken, the best fried chicken in the city. Great chicken at great prices. That's Chicken Plus. See you there.
This is State Representative Jolanda Jones, and I proudly endorse Congressman Al Green. Here's why. He's not afraid of Donald Trump. He was the first congressperson to file articles of impeachment and had the courage to tell Trump black people aren't apes when no one else would. He's delivered real results for Texas 18, bringing millions to Texas Southern University and funding efforts to reduce crime in our community. Now, racist redistricting was designed to erase him, with the Supreme Court signing off on it, erasing a black district and trying to silence our voices. But it won't work. We want Congressman Al Green. This is a crucial moment in black history. We don't need a rookie or on-the-job training. We need experience and results. This is Jolanda Jones, and I'm urging you to vote for our fighter, Congressman Al Green.
I'm Al Green, and I approve this message because I'm not the Trump crypto cronies congressman. I'm your congressman, the people's congressman.
Early vote, May 18th through the 22nd. Election day is Tuesday, May 26th. Political ad paid for by Keep Al Green in Congress.
In life's most difficult moments, comfort matters. At Lord Edward Memorial, we believe every life is a blessing worth honoring with dignity and care. With a combined 60 years of experience, our compassionate staff walks beside your family with faith, respect, and understanding. Lord Edward Memorial, serving families with grace, compassion, and heartfelt care. Visit us at 6677 Rookin Street, Houston 77074, or give us a phone call at 346-446-6675.
One of the questions I'm asked quite a bit these days is what's happening with the Texas Southern University basketball program? What's the latest on Texas Southern's basketball? The interim coach, Chapman, we have him on the line with us right now, Sharon Chapman. And how are you doing? Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. How you doing?
All right, and just take your time and feel free to say what you would like to say. How long have you been an assistant coach in basketball at Texas Southern?
I just finished my 9th season this year. I'm going into my 10th year here at Texas Southern.
And you worked for Coach Mike Davis and Coach Jones, if I'm correct?
Yes, I actually, Coach Davis's last year was my first year here. Had the opportunity to leave and go to Detroit with him, but I chose to stay in the city of Houston. Had a prior relationship with Coach Johnny Jones, and I stayed there, and the rest is history. Been here 9 seasons.
Okay. And what is your official title there right now and your role?
Right now, I currently sit in as the interim head coach. As far as my role, I mean, it's everything. It entails everything that the head coach responsibilities have. And as far as the assistant coach, I'm kind of doing 2 roles, doing my job that I was doing as the assistant, and I'm kind of overseeing the program as well.
Okay, and how many, with the transfer portal and how that works, how many men basketball players do you have right now, if you had to put a number on it?
We're pretty much working with almost a full roster. I've been able to retain the kids that were on the current roster for the majority of the core group of them. I've been able to sign several guys that I think are going to be really good pieces to our program.
And share with me, how difficult is it to be in a position like this?
It's tough, but I'm built for it.
Go ahead.
Kind of got to work around some things, but I've been able to do that over the course of my career. It's not my first time dealing with adversity. I was in Amherst, Massachusetts, way out northeast, and they had no recruiting base there. This was before the days of NIL, and you had to kind of be able to convince a kid from New Orleans, Louisiana, or Houston, Texas, or Dallas, Texas, or Memphis, Tennessee on why it would benefit them coming to the Northeast where there was no high school recruiting base there. So you had to go out and be able to recruit on a national level. So I think some of those times have prepared me for these days.
And that's where are you originally from?
I'm from Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Okay.
Born and raised. Left there at 18, 19 years old to go play for the University of Memphis. Did my time there as a college athlete. Lived there in the city for a little while. Tinkered with the whole professional thing of playing and decided what I want to do after. I got a call from John Calipari to come into coaching. He thought I'd be good at it, have bits at it. And so from there, I coached and worked under him for a few years. Had some Final Four years and NCAA appearances, and left there and went to the University of Massachusetts under Barry Kellogg, and I was there 9 years in Atlantic 10. Had some great success there. Took over that program. I think they were 12 games winning. First couple seasons, 12 total games won. By the time we left, we were top 25 in the country and top 25 recruiting class. Next, I came here. So that's pretty much in a quick nutshell.
Okay, of who you are. So that brings me to this point that as I listen to you, you would like to be the head coach there, right?
I think obviously, when you put this much time into something, blood, sweat, and tears into a career, obviously that's been a lifelong dream to become a head coach. So, yeah, definitely the city of Houston is a place I love. I fell in love with the University of Southern. So obviously that would definitely be a blessing to me.
And you and I have never discussed it, but you feel you're qualified to be that guy, to be that man, the coach. I'm talking the head coach.
Oh, yeah, I feel that way. My experience, my background, everything has prepared me for it. So yeah, I definitely think I'm ready to lead in any program, but especially this program.
Okay. Is there anything you would like to add about that position that you're in there at Texas Southern University in regards to basketball before I shift it around a little bit? Anything else you want to add?
Oh, no, I'm just grateful for the opportunity to just wake up day to day and be able to, just be in a position to be around these young men every day. It's a great university and have an opportunity to see it grow and expand to the next phase.
When does the transfer portal situation end for a university in regards to basketball?
Well, it doesn't end until the end of the summer. I mean, obviously there was a deadline to enter it, but now there are guys that are still in there. You can use it to recruit from to build your team. But you just got to. Now it's about managing and making the right decisions on which guys are going to be the best fit for your team.
And I guess many people would ask, off the top of your head, roughly how many people were in that basketball transfer portal, and how many may still be there? I'm just curious.
Thousands of them.
Really?
Still got thousands of kids still in that portal looking for a place to go. I mean, and that's just the nature of the business, And, you get out and make decisions based on some of it is impulse, some of it is agents, some of it is, parents, some of it is the kids, and sometimes, it's tough finding that fit because those roster spots start filling. So there are quite a bit of kids that'll still be out there and available. Now it's a matter of, it's like dealing with used cars. You got to get the best car that's gonna fit.
Right, I was about to say, and then I guess they're calling too, though. They're making calls trying to get in a place, right? I'm talking about the players now.
Oh yeah, so now deal with it. It's almost like you start off recruiting them. Now they start recruiting you. So you get the inboxes, you get the the solicitors to come in and play or work out in front of you, to work out with the team and stuff. Because you're gonna have it's getting ready to get summer school is getting ready to start in a couple of weeks, and that's the thing. So now you're dealing with time sensitive. Start dealing with summer school and enrollment and all that stuff, and some kids may have eligibility issues or APR issues. And so they're going to need summer courses. So you're dealing with all this. It gets tricky right now because you got to make sure you're not taking kids that's not going to be eligible, and kids that are still available have to be concerned about eligibility issues.
Once again, I'm talking to Coach Chapman, the interim head basketball coach at Texas Southern. He's been there for 9 seasons as an assistant coach, and he's sitting there now keeping the program glued together as they decide what they're going to do. Make him permanent or bring in another individual. The NBA playoffs, are you watching closely? You got a favorite? You got a favorite team at this point?
What's the favorite team? I have a personal opinion.
Go ahead.
I think San Antonio looks really good. I like the way they're playing. They're pretty much playing with 5 perimeter guys. Those 4 guards they play are beasts, and it's definitely unconventional from what everybody's used to, and I think that's what's allowed them to be very successful.
But can they win with? I know they've got 2 7-footers there. Can they win with guys 6'5", 6'6"?
I think so. The game has changed. It's turned into the ability to be able to play, make, and shoot the ball. They can hurt you from all those angles. And where they lack size, at you got that gazelle.
Yeah, I was about to say. Go ahead.
That's the dude right there, man. So in the middle, and he makes up for a lot of mistakes. And those guys play so hard that where they give up size that they can make up. That's the only team that's going to be able to contend, I think, with Oklahoma, with OKC.
Okay, and OKC, what? I mean, they have so many things going for them. Talk about them for a moment.
I think OKC. What I love about them is if you watch them after the game, they'll do their interviews and they. It's not one guy. The whole team is behind. They play together. They play for one another. They're selfless. They're very skilled. They're skilled at every position as well. Now, one of the X factors I think is going to be how healthy the kid Jalen Williams is. Now, if he comes back healthy, then it could be problems. But I do think that series is going to be a great series.
And what about that Knicks series, Knicks and Cleveland?
I think Jalen Brunson is a tough little joker.
Yes.
Yeah, he's a tough little joker. He figured it out. There's nothing flashy about his game. He's solid. He's consistent. The key for them is going to be how consistent Karl Anthony Towns can be, how tough he can be. He tends to be a little injury prone sometimes. If he can stay healthy, though, he's a juggernaut. He's a hard guy to deal with. I like Mobley, and Mobley will be a good X factor if he can get a double in that series. I think Mitchell can be inconsistent. Donovan Mitchell could be inconsistent sometimes, but when he has it going, he's hard to stop. And then the question is going to be, can James Harden give him something every night?
Well, they've got another what's his name? The guy shooting the 3-pointers, Seuss. The shooting the 3-point shooter. I like him too now if he's hot. So
those guys to me, or Shaq used to say it all the time. The others, those guys normally play good at home. You know what I mean? So you can get them to make shots at home, and maybe the Stars to do what they got to do on the road. Then Cleveland can get themselves a chance.
And the last thing, the owner of the Cavaliers, Gilbert, he had 25 buses of fans. He got tickets for and bussed over to Detroit for that last game, and I think for the 5th game also. But how important is it, in your opinion, being a player, et cetera, coach, to have people, some of your fans, fan support? How important is that?
It's very important. It's very important. Obviously, at the pro level, pros are going to do what they do, but any type of support from the fans is kind of like a 6-man. But I tell you what, how many fans, how many buses did he have?
25.
Well, he gonna need 50 to go to Madison. When I go, New York's gonna be jumping off the rack, man. They're gonna be jumping off the chain, man, jumping from the ceiling in that place, and that whole, that city, those 5 boroughs gonna be crazy. So he gonna need, he might have to double that.
Okay, and the last question is, where does LeBron James fit in all of this? I mean, a 41-year-old guy who did he averaged double-digit scoring-wise, right around that in rebounding. What is it? If you had to pick 5 players, is he among the 5? Is he among the 10 of all time?
Of course. Yeah. I'm a LeBron. I won't say LeBron fanatic, but I'm a fanatic of the game. And I think you're not going to, Jordan didn't do this long.
No.
Larry Bird has had back issues. Magic, you know what I mean? So, this guy's like in terms of his physicality and stuff like that, and his genetics, man, is just off the charts. It's never been done before. But even then, you can still see if you turn on the clip of him at 25, 26 years old, you see the decline.
Right.
But even then, he's playing with he's playing with guys. Twice as younger.
Yeah,
he's
right.
playing with guys who play against sons.
Right.
He's playing with his sons.
Right.
I do think the end is coming for him.
Right.
I think for him, it'll be best to kind of team up with some younger guys. You know what I mean? If he's trying to win another championship. I think he could keep playing another 2 or 3 years, but I don't think he's going to. Eventually, it's going to decline. But yes, most definitely, he's on Rushmore, and he's I mean, he's a top 2, top 3 player in my book.
And compare, I know it's a ways to go, but Wimp with Wilt Chamberlain. Is it fair to make? Can you see some Wilt Chamberlain in him? I do.
In who?
In Wimpley.
Oh, they different. You talking about Wimby?
Yeah, Wimby. I'm sorry.
I mean,
they are different, but they're both 7-footers in different eras.
Right.
And but I still see some. I see some Wilt Chamberlain in him. But go ahead.
I mean, if you're talking like their ability to dominate the game.
Yeah.
I think they're similar in that regard, in that they can dominate a game and fill up a stat sheet.
Yeah.
Their length and their size.
Right.
I think Wimby's skill level is superior, but Wilt could physically intimidate and dominate you. I think Wimby can intimidate you with his length, but guys get under his skin by being physical with him. That could never happen with Wilt.
No, but Wilt would kill somebody out there. That's what.
Yeah. From a physical standpoint, it's different, but from the ability to dominate a game, I see saying the comparisons.
Okay. Anything you want to add, Coach Chapman, that I may not have asked you about? You want to add something? Feel free to do it as we close it out. Anything you want to add? Coach Chapman, interim coach, basketball men, Texas Southern University. Anything you want to add? Go ahead.
Just come out, man. Come out and support the Tigers. Think got a good thing going. And I think we're in a beautiful city that can really get behind and support, get people in the stands. Go Tigers.
Okay, and thank you very much. I appreciate it, and the best of luck, okay? Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Coach Chapman, the men's basketball coach, interim coach at Texas Southern University. We have a few minutes remaining in the program before Don Sams. I'll take a call or two right quick if we can get one. If not, 713-668-1230. You want to call in right quick? 713-668-1230. We'll see if we can get a call. If not, we will get out of the way and make way for Don Sams. Don't forget, the early voting has started. And if you want to do the early voting thing, you have a chance to do it now. And let's see if we can get a call right quick. Caller, you're on. Hello?
Hey, good afternoon, Ralph.
All right, yes, go ahead. You got it.
Okay, the stage is set, the Final Four. You got New York and you got Cleveland. I never thought that James Harden would make it to this point once again with another team. Now he can set a legacy for himself if he changed his name to Big Game James from now on, you know?
So what's your prediction?
I'm going to pick, it's going to be tough beating New York.
So who are you picking?
I'm going to go with Cleveland, man. Cleveland in 6.
Okay, and what about San Antonio and Indiana?
Oh, that's a good matchup right there, Ralph, with two-time MVP of the league, OKC. I'm going to pick OKC.
Okay. Well, anything else you want to add right quick? We got about a minute. Go ahead. I'm going to get another caller in. If you got anything else, go ahead.
Yeah, go and catch that next caller, Ralph. That's all I got. I ain't want to waste too much time. Let somebody else call.
Thank you. Let's try another one here. Caller, you're on. Hello.
Hey, Coop.
Hello.
Hey, what's up, Coop?
All right.
Coop.
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah. I was just stepping away from my car. Hold on one second.
Hello, darling.
Man, it's got windy out here, but nice day in Houston.
Oh, yeah. It's probably a rough day in the air, though.
Yeah. That guy, the coach that was on with you, I congratulate him. I think he...
Coach Chapman.
Sound like it. Yeah.
Coach Chapman. Yes. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. He was real clear about, what he was thinking. He was real clear about it.
Okay.
Yeah, listen, Coop, I got a good question for you. Before I get to it, though, Detroit, yeah, they struggle scoring, and Cleveland can score. So I congratulate Donovan Mitchell.
Right, and the Cavaliers. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I was a little bit surprised, but yeah, they yeah, congratulations, Donovan Mitchell and that team over there, Cleveland Cavaliers. Yeah.
Okay.
Coop, I got this question for you, right?
Go ahead, I'm here.
And you made me think about this because you mentioned to me that they wouldn't take the plea bargain from Big Al.
Right.
When Al Capone was charged with tax evasion.
Right, they wouldn't take the appeal. They wouldn't take the plea bargain, and he was going to pay a fine, whatever it was.
Yeah. I mean, that's what. Yeah, today. I mean, if you have a tax bill, they basically want the money.
Right.
So if you can pay the money, then everything's cool. So Al, I looked it up, and Al Capone had a plea deal with the prosecutor.
Right, but the
basically
judge...
2.5 years, right?
Right, but the judge didn't go along with it.
They screwed him.
Yeah, well,
right, they screwed him, yeah. Usually if you got to deal, I mean, Crosby can speak to this, but
yeah.
Usually if you got to deal with the prosecutor and the defense attorney and they cut that deal, then the judge usually goes along with it.
Right, and then they did the other, as a backup, now he thought maybe that's why the judge, well, that's one reason I'm told the judge didn't go along with it, because he had a backup plan. His backup plan was he had purchased the non-guilty pleas from some of the jurors, and then the judge changed the jury on it. Did you see that?
Yeah. That was crazy, man. When I read that the judge changed the entire jury,
right.
Took the jury from next door, brought them over, and took the one in the court that he was in, and sent them next door,
and put that jury up where nobody could touch him. They couldn't go home, if I'm correct. Yeah. So
that was crazy. So it brings us to the question for you, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
And this is contemporary. Why do people hate Donald Trump? Now, the reason I bring this up, because I can accept frailty in any human being, right? We all got human frailty, right?
Right.
But do people think that he is so sinister? And so depraved in mind, he's made references before that he's been mistreated. This is deep. His victimization campaign, right? You people have mistreated me. I mean, y'all. What I have down here. You got 35 convictions on me. You got. You said I illegally took some documents home. I shouldn't have as president. You got me down as evading taxes. You call me a traitor, insurrectionist. All these things, right? Do people think that he's mad and want to punish the people because of all these different things that happen to him?
Probably so, but the other thing that hurts him, in my opinion, I mean, I've read a little bit about Al Capone. I never heard him rip women up. Now, he may have had other kind of relationships with women, prostitutes, etc.
Right.
But but when you get to calling women, but Al Capone was a womanizer, from what I understood. But he didn't go public calling women bees and that kind of stuff and all that kind of thing. But the other thing about Al Capone that many people that doing a little bit further research, I found this out. Many people in the liquor business wanted Al Capone out of the liquor business because he had too much control over the liquor business. And I think about that judge in that case, the judge, the jury thing, and even the St. Valentine's Day killings didn't help him either. Okay.
Right. Yeah. That brought Hoover in, and they thought Capone was just in charge of Chicago, basically.
Right. But I'm told that the others in the beer business, they wanted him out of the way because of the control, the whiskey business, because of the control he had over it. And when they had a meeting where all the gangsters had gotten together with Lucky Luciano and everybody, and they had decided how they were going to divide it up. And one of the beer If you go back, read up on the Budweiser family. They were in business back then.
Yeah, now the whole thing about prohibition, the way it came about, part of the reason is that they had some prejudice against the Germans, okay, and immigrants, saying that they were too heavily represented in the liquor business.
And I'm telling
Right.
you, and Al
Yeah.
Capone was Italian, if I'm correct. And
Yeah, and so they, it had something to do with the war as well. But
but you had the wars going on between the Irish, the Italians, and others, and English, and then you had some very successful black people in that business, not to the level, but some of them had protection from Al Capone.
They made some reference to it. They made some reference to Al Capone and different people. But they made some references to some African Americans in that reading that I had.
But
this question about why, you have this opinion that Trump is hated, because most people I talk to have not been impacted by Trump. Okay, not much. Okay, certainly we impacted by the gas price, but and food price and mental anguish, you might say. People, it affects everybody.
Mental anguish is a hell of a thing. If you put a price tag on mental anguish and depression and all that kind of crap, you can't put a price tag on it. So that's
right.
See, and think about it. You don't know what's going. Like now, they're dealing with Social Security. They don't know if how it's going to continue under his plan. They may be able to. They may not want to stop it, but then again, you don't know. Then you had to. This one is a key one right here, in my opinion. I got to get out of here for done. That was an assassination, the taking out of a high-ranking ISIS guy over the weekend in Nigeria.
Okay.
Now remember when they took the guys out in Iran? How all the publicity, the whole even when they took the president and his wife from Argentina, right? They shared with you all the information. Why is it they haven't shared with us the information about what happened in Nigeria when they took this guy out and his comrades?
I'm not familiar with that story.
That happened over the weekend. Just happened over the weekend. The second-ranking ISIS guy, I think, and he was black. At least he looked black. But anyway, pull that one up, and also you maybe want to go to Nigeria. Go read some of the people from Nigeria, Nigerian news, Nigerian news reports, and you can get more information about that. I got to go. Thank you. Okay.
No doubt. All right. Bye-bye.
Want to encourage everybody to get out and vote. Hey, even though they may be ignoring me, get out and vote. Go vote. I encourage you to go vote. No matter who you want to vote for, vote. Okay? Vote.
Everybody's talking about the high price of eggs. Well, I don't know much about eggs, but I tell you this. If you want great chicken at a great price, how about Chicken Plus, 6210 North Wayside? Let's hear what his customers are saying. Michelle writes, Chicken Plus has